how to make meal planning fun, stay on track, and on budget in 2025. It's going to be a good one, so grab your coffee and let's get into it. Oh no, you don't drink coffee. Do you not drink coffee?
I drink coffee. Not on the regular, but
I just realized I've never seen you. We should have probably went and got coffee before we started the show.
I have moments like when I worked at Orange Theory, there was a Starbucks right by me, so I would go there a lot
for your egg bites.
And I would get iced vanilla latte.
And that's exactly how you would order it?
No, I would get customization.
Well, what's the customization?
Oh God, it was so long ago. I would get the no sugar and then the sugar-free
syrup,
and then oat milk because I like that better.
Oh, okay.
Easier on the stomach.
Well, welcome back, you guys. Well, I have to say Happy New Year because this is officially the first episode of 2025. And I thought it would be perfect to have you back on because do you remember when we did that first episode together 5 years ago?
Yes, I do. We were sitting in the gym trading microphones, going back and forth.
We were on the ground.
Hunched over.
Yeah, on the ground. She was actually my first official co-host, and I didn't know I was going to have a co-host on the show. But then I realized, shoot, I think I need to have a co-host.
Yeah, I don't know how we did that.
I don't. I have no idea what we talked about, how we prepared. I still don't even know why I started the damn podcast, to be honest.
Well, here you are now.
Well, here I am. 5 years later. This is officially season 6 of the show now.
Oh, you have seasons?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
cool.
Every January is a new season. So this is season 6, and season 6 begins it's a new set right now. Who knows? Maybe this will be the new official set of Candidly with Coffee. We'll see. But you guys, welcome to the show. If you don't know, if you're new here, Alyssa is my daughter, and she also is part of my coaching team, my coaching business, our ESCO Elite business. She helps me with BBC, which is my Bold, Balanced, and Confident program. And so she wears many hats.
I do.
Now a podcast co-host sometimes.
Yeah, I'm a fan favorite.
Yeah. Yeah, you are actually. You are a fan favorite. Don't tell Mike.
I know.
We use your co-hosting as time to talk crap about Mike. Okay, so do you remember? Okay, you guys, if you watched the last time Alyssa was on, we were venting about Mike, and then he listened to the episode.
Oh my God.
He listened to the episode. He was just like, "You guys talk a lot of shit
about the clink clanking."
Yeah, the clink clanking.
Oh my God. So it wasn't that bad.
So he's definitely going to listen to this episode.
We weren't talking shit. We were just telling the truth.
The truth. Speaking facts, like he would say, super facts.
Yeah.
Super facts. The clank, clank, clanking. Now his new thing is he camps out in the kitchen for long periods of time. He literally opens up his laptop, watches shows, talks to Instagram that's on the fridge because he mounts that on the fridge, and he will be in there for 2 hours. So you'd think that you and Hai moved out, that there would be more kitchen availability, less chaos. No, absolutely not. It's the same, if not worse.
Yeah. Well, since I have been staying, because I've been staying with you since I came back, and it's been less clink clanking, I'll say that. But the main thing that's been happening is the doors have been slamming closed. Have you noticed that?
No, but who slams them?
Mike, for the most part.
Because he goes in and out a lot, back and forth.
And then it wakes Scarlett up.
Oh.
I'm like, no. Go back to sleep.
So it's no clink. He doesn't clink because he's not up as super early anymore. But yeah, he is, he's got his routines, that's for sure. So let me see. Sorry, guys.
You need your glasses.
I know, but I hate wearing those damn things. By the way, speaking of glasses, Alyssa got me some glasses with my little granny pearl necklace. Tell me I do not look like a granny when I wear my glasses.
Though they're stylish.
When I wear my glasses with my little necklace, because I am always losing my glasses, which I'm sure many of you guys can relate. But so Christmas recap. Did you get everything you wanted for Christmas?
Yeah, I did. Honestly didn't really know what I wanted. The only thing I knew I wanted were ski boots. And I got that. Everything else was just bonus.
Bonus?
Yeah. I gave general ideas, but it's like, I never really
You're
care.
easy. It's not hard for me at all to shop for you, but then I end up buying you too many things and I panic when I go to wrap and I'm like, oh my God, I didn't get enough for Tyler.
Yeah, but you realize that we don't really care about that stuff anymore.
I know, but I do care.
You care.
I care. And I don't like to buy things just to buy things.
Yeah, me neither.
I must have mulled over Tyler's final gift, main gift really, for days and days and days before I finally settled on what I got, and it ended up being a hit. It was I got him one of those, very popular, I think right now. It's one of those TVs that's portable, like it rolls around and it's a touch screen. And so I ended up getting him that and he liked it a lot. But man, it was not easy for me at all. So let's do a little bit of housekeeping, you guys, just, as we enter season 6. Do not forget to subscribe to us on YouTube and follow us on Instagram. Leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, and scan the QR code on the screen if you want all the links. All the links for everything we talk about on this show can be found at the QR code. So if you're watching us on YouTube, all you have to do is pull your phone out, open the camera, scan away, and you will have all the links, including to Transcend and MegaFit and OneUp and all of the companies that we work with. So you can get all of that. You can also get access to our Spotify and Apple Podcasts so that you can download us there as well. So you don't only watch, but you listen, and you can leave us a review. We'd really appreciate it. Now, I would like to say that BBC, which has recently been renamed to Bold, Balanced, and Confident Program, the registration opens on Monday. And I know that's big to you because you're heavily involved with that now.
I am.
You kind of run that whole, the registration and the emails and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think it's going to be a really good one.
Yeah. Do you think that, I don't know, why don't you tell us a little bit about the upcoming round then?
Well, we're having 2 workshops. The first one is going to be a weightlifting 101 workshop where it'll be hosted by me, where I kind of break down the basics of weightlifting and how to build muscle effectively. So we talk about hypertrophy, different training concepts, and progressive overload, things like that. So you can gain a little more knowledge around resistance training.
Yeah, and the cool thing is, so the term she just said, the whole point of the workshop is she's actually going to explain the terms.
Yes.
So don't you notice sometimes I think like people just try to sound cool and they'll just say all these terms, but they don't really explain what they mean. It's like, okay, great. Thanks a lot. Progressive overload. What the hell does that mean?
Yeah.
And how do I know that I'm doing progressive overload?
Yeah.
So that's the point. That's the point of the workshop, because I feel like so many people, women especially, older women even more especially, tend to do what they think they need to do, what they hear they're supposed to do, but they don't actually make progress because they're missing certain important components to training. Not that they have to train harder, but they have to train smarter.
Yeah, it's just a lack of knowledge, and everything can be taught.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So that's why, in the BBC program, it's so important because to me, I feel like it's a big toolbox and it really has everything that you can possibly need to transform, from the essentials, which is macros and learning about nutrition and fitness, but it also has a community component, which I tried to explain before you came on board and started helping me. I tried to really explain it to you, like, you don't understand. This is they're a very tight-knit community. It's a very special thing. I mean, did you notice that right away?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's the most active group I have ever seen, ever. It is very active, and everyone is really positive and supportive, and it's like one of the best groups I've ever seen. I know, because I've been a part of a lot of that kind of stuff before, and I don't know, there's just a really good vibe with it. But I want you to know that it's like different strokes for different folks. Everybody takes their little toolbox of BBC
and uses what will work for them.
Yeah.
Some people use all of the tools. Some people use one or two. Some people don't have time for community, but they track their macros. They attend the coach calls, the workshops. Some people, they don't track their macros or nutrition at all. They just get it for the workouts. And so there's so many different, I don't want you guys to think that you need all of the things or use all of the things, because each individual thing and benefit that you get in BBC is worth the cost individually on its own.
Yeah.
Even if that's the only thing that you used. In fact, not only are we adding the workshops.
Well, before we get off track, the second workshop, because we have two. The second workshop is going to be a self-love workshop, and you'll be hosting that in theme with Valentine's Day and teaching about self-love and
loving yourself first is the actual theme of this round. So what we've done is we've decided that every round is going to have a theme, and the theme with that theme will come additional workshops and additional some sort of bonus something. We just did 12 days of fitness for Christmas, and the BBC before that I did a plank challenge, and we just do fun stuff, with the program. So it's never going to get boring. We're always going to do something, because I've had I think about half the members almost have been in there for almost a year.
Yeah.
So it's long term. They end up staying round after round, and there's incentives to do that. Once you get in, you'll figure out what that is. But so it's going to be really exciting. We're going to have different themes and do different things with each round. But we do have some additional features new in 2025, which I'm really excited about. I know everyone's going to be really excited. And it is the library of on-demand, less meals workouts that you will have access to it's just a bonus, no additional charge. You have access to any of those workouts. There's over 350 in your app at your fingertips at any time. You can schedule it and it's through my app. So it's in my app, but you have access to that library, and it's all integrated, and it's very cool. It's great for people who they're traveling. They need a random workout. They want to do yoga. They want to try Pilates. They want to do a stretch. I know you had talked about.
And some people just like following along too. Mm-hmm. Just like them telling you what to do, and you do it as they're telling you to.
Yes.
And it's like that.
Yeah, and that's the style a lot of people prefer. Now, you still get your program with, that's not an on-demand workout, whether you selected home or gym, but it's just a bonus. It's just extra, because you will never be without a workout. There's something for everybody, any time, any need. So that's a brand new feature coming. So very excited about that.
Yeah, me too.
Also, the tracking app is getting more robust, and the topic of this episode is about food, right? And meals and how to make meals. And it really coincides with the fact that Alyssa is tasked, along with myself, but mostly Alyssa this year, will be tasked with really updating my the meal planner database within the app, because that is a very important component to staying consistent, is having easy, macro-friendly, delicious meals that you can look forward to eating at your fingertips. And so along with the program, along with any of my programs, even my one-on-one coaching, you get the meal plan database. And so we're going to take a little break for Mega Fit meals, speaking of meals, and we'll be right back to talk about some meal planning. When it comes to hitting your macros, Mega Fit Meals makes it so easy with their delicious macro-friendly meal prep options. Mike and I are constantly on the go these days, and these meals are a lifesaver during some of our busiest weeks. Whether you're craving chicken tenders, pizza, filet mignon, or even pasta, Mega Fit Meals has something for everyone. All meals are high in protein, made with quality ingredients, and designed to help you crush your health and fitness goals. And the best part, there's no subscription required, so you can order as you need. Save time without sacrificing nutrition. And if you want to try it for yourself, use our link in the description and enter code Jeanine for a discount. That's code JEANINE. MegaFit Meals has you covered. All right, you guys, welcome back. So where we left off, we're talking about the meal planner database. And Alyssa, you are like amazing at putting meals together and making them macro friendly.
Oh, thank you.
Where did that start?
Oh God. I think when I transitioned out of like that keto diet and wanted to have more flexibility with those meals, is when it was kind of a few months after the pandemic. And I transitioned to like low carb, which eventually just transitioned to balanced. And that's when I started getting really creative with my meals and stuff. Cause that was around the time I got into a relationship and gained the few extra pounds that I wanted to lose. And so that transition is what kind of led me into everything really. But I got really creative with those meals. And then when I got into bodybuilding, you had to be creative as possible with what you got, which was not very much. So that's when I did a lot of research, and because I love food. I'm such a foodie. So I needed to make sure the meals that we're eating was going to be one, satiating for me, and I was actually going to enjoy it, enjoy what I was eating. That's
volume too.
Yes, volume.
You and I both are like that. We like volume. I like a large portion.
Yeah, me too. That's because if I were to eat to my heart's content, I would eat, I would eat myself to the point where I was sick.
Yeah.
Maybe not as much anymore, but I would.
Yeah.
And it's the mind over the body, and I wasn't connected there. And so having more voluminous meals helped keep me at bay.
Yeah. And I think it helps with a lot of people, because when you're on a weight loss journey specifically, obviously you have to be in a calorie deficit. So you don't have a lot of calories to work with. So that's why I actually used to call you the macro magician, because I was always shocked when still to this day, when you give me one of your meals, I always go, how many what is this? Because it looks like it will be 1,000 calories. Yeah. And it is never that. It's always like 400 or 500 or something like that. And so I'm always like, okay, I need to know all the details. And so this has been going on for a few years now. Every time you do that, you show me your meal, I taste it. I'm like, I need to know exactly all the details. And then I will go out and make it for myself. And so it's so funny that has now translated into you doing it for all of our clients, basically. And how excited everybody gets when you put it's like every week you put something in and everybody starts making it. And that right there is the secret sauce for being able to stay consistent on a program. Yeah. Staying excited about what you're going to eat and not feeling deprived.
Yeah. Yeah. Because people, they always have it in the back of their minds, the fad diet, or if you're on a diet, you should be eating chicken, rice, and broccolis, or chicken and veggies and every single day, or tilapia. And like, it doesn't have to be that way.
Exactly. And I love that. Oh, that's just the best. And I'm selfish here, you guys. I don't know if you guys can relate with me, but to me personally, if I didn't have to come up with the meal, it tastes better.
Yeah.
So like when I make one of your recipes, it's exciting and it tastes good. And I finally get to have the excitement that the clients get.
Yeah.
Because you don't get that when you're doing it yourself. And so now it's like, what's that, the men's hair club commercial, and I'm also a client. Now I'm literally a client of my own program, because you created my workout program.
I did.
And I use the app. So I use my workout program inside of the Esco Elite app. I use the meal planner database. I get excited for when Alyssa's posting a new meal in there. I'm officially a client. It's so exciting.
Yeah.
And it just makes me even more happy, because I'm a client and I enjoy the program.
Good. I'm glad you enjoy your own program.
But
that would have me a little concerned if you didn't.
Well, you get lost. I don't know. Sometimes you get lost in the sauce a little bit and you forget to look at it from the client's perspective. Sometimes you get lost you just think, because it's not even all about just offering so many things or making it so complex. It needs to be simple. Sometimes people offer too much, you know?
Yeah.
So sometimes I try to find a balance in there. I want to do everything all at once because there's a lot of different new things.
But I hold you back.
You're the one who holds me back. I'm like, oh, we got to do this and that. You're no. We have enough going on right now. We have enough new things, enough workshop. I'm like, all right, fine. We'll save it for, BBC 18. So we have lots of really cool things in store for the program. But if you're also interested in a more one-on-one setting, like you want the weekly check-ins, you want to be able to do video calls, you have more very specific goals, or you're just kind of more, I don't know, a group style environment is not your thing. I do offer one-on-one coaching as well. Mike takes one-on-one clients. And guess what? You can book into a free consult call, and the consult call is with yours truly. Alyssa does all of those calls. I mean, you want to talk about like what the point of the call is?
Yeah. So the point of the call is for me to really get to know you and figure out what your specific goals are, what your main struggles are, and kind of come up with a game plan for you. And also, you don't accept everyone. So I want to make sure that they're going to be a good fit for you. Because if they're not, then you just won't work well together. Right. And so there's like an intake form that you fill out, and we get pretty vulnerable on the call, but it's needed just so we can really dive deep into what is missing from you reaching your goals. And I kind of just explain how Jeanine can help. Oh, I'm so used to saying Jeanine. I'm so used to saying Jeanine on the call. Sorry. How my mom can help you reach those goals. And and also I think a big thing I hear a lot is they struggle with accountability. And that's why they need someone they have direct access to, that they can reach out to for support in that way. And you can hold them accountable for what they're eating or what their habits are and things like that.
I would say that's the biggest one.
Yeah.
That's the biggest one. I mean, because you get a lot in BBC, but there's just not that like one-on-one, like that accountability that you get when oh shoot, like I know it's check-in day. Yeah. Monday, she's going to look at all my stuff and I'm going to have to answer for it, So you have that, and it does make a difference. But again, just like BBC, my one-on-one clients, everybody utilizes the program differently. Every single one. It's not cookie cutter. It's not copy paste. Some people like their weekly video call. Some people, they never want to get on the phone.
Yeah.
They want to text only. Some people track macros. Some people just take pictures of their food.
Yeah.
There's something, again, it's very customized. It's very tailored. And I always make sure, and you're the best person to do these consultation calls because you really know my personality, you know Mike's personality, you know who's going to be a better fit for who.
Yeah.
And it works really well. And then when you do the call and we do take on a client, you always download all the information to me.
Yeah.
So we update the notes. Like I know, everything that went on in the call. Yeah. And so, anyways, it seems to work well.
And one big difference too between the programs is with BBC, you're given the tools like for like habit tracking, creating SMART goals. You are given the tools to make that for yourself, but you actually have to create those goals for yourself. With the one-on-one program, you maybe hold their hand a little bit and guide them to the direction that they want to go in and help them create those habits and plan better and things like that to make sure that they succeed. So it's a little bit more specific and, like you said, tailored.
Yeah.
And
I think I have like four of my current one-on-one clients came over from BBC. So it happens, or they go back and forth. Like, and then they go from one-on-one. They don't want to leave. They'll go back into BBC and kind of do that thing. So yeah, the programs, and the cool thing about it is you're good at identifying who would be a fit for what program also.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? I think you're more better suited for BBC.
Yeah.
I want people to be where they need to be because it is not 100% not about upselling and getting everybody to do the most expensive thing for the longest thing. It is about getting people into the right program. And that's what's the most important. So if you're interested in potentially working with me in any capacity, you can book into a call. We'll put the link. It'll be on the QR code if you scan that QR code, but we'll put the link in the description as well. You'll be booking into a call with Alyssa, and you can ask all your questions at that time. So let's take a little break for Transcend and One Up Nutrition. And when we get back, we are going to talk about specific meal planning tips and budget-friendly advice from Alyssa. You guys know that Mike and I embarked on our HRT and peptide journey last year, and we are absolutely loving it. It's been a game changer for both of us. And if you've ever wondered why you should consider HRT or peptide therapy, let me break it down for you. Everyone's needs are unique. That's why Transcend is all about creating a personalized plan just for you. They'll start by evaluating your blood work, taking into account how you feel and what your goals are, and then help you find a solution tailored to optimize your health and wellness. What makes it so effective? It's targeted treatment, finally address specific deficiencies and imbalances that might have been holding you back for years. Boost your body's natural functions. These therapies can kickstart and support your body's processes, giving you that extra edge. Enhance your well-being. Imagine boosting your mood, increasing your energy, and just feeling better overall in your day-to-day life. And lastly, longevity. It's not just about feeling good now, it's about supporting healthy aging and preventing chronic conditions down the road. Transcend will guide you every step of the way. So if you're ready to take your health and energy to the next level, start your own HRT or peptide journey with Transcend today. Remember to use our link www.transcendcompany.com/ESCO Elite, 15% off for new patients. When it comes to the best supplements to support your muscle building and fat loss goals, One Up Nutrition has you covered. Their gut health supplements have been a complete game changer for me. And I have to say, their protein powders are my absolute favorites. Mike and I literally order the peanut butter cookie and lemon Italian ice protein powders by the case. They are that good. With so many delicious flavors to choose from, One Up Nutrition makes hitting your protein goals easy and enjoyable. So whether you're looking for supplements, protein powders, or anything in between, shop One Up Nutrition for all your needs. And don't forget to use Jeanine to save at checkout. That's code JEANINE.
All right.
Welcome back, everybody. This is get your notes out, because you blew my mind when, I don't know, it just made it so simple when you explained to me exactly how you do it and how you meal plan and kind of plan out your couple weeks or month, and just execute it. And I will say that just by following along on the way you do things without tracking a single thing, your boyfriend lost 20 pounds.
You did.
Because they moved in together. And so he's just like, well, I'm just going to, Alyssa's going to handle the food and I'm just going to eat it. And that's that. There was no diet or anything. So walk us through your exact method, and then I'll ask questions along the way.
So for when we're ready to grocery shop, which is like about every 4 to 5, maybe 6 weeks, I will go on my Google Docs and I will type out, okay, here's the meal ideas that we want. And I'll, ask for Hi's advice, what kind of meals he wants, and create a general idea. Like I'll pick maybe like 3 different proteins that I'll have in the fridge. So like fresh proteins that we pick up from the grocery store, and we make a few different meals with that. And then I'll have a general idea of maybe like 4 different protein sources that I'll put in the freezer, because it'll last longer. And once we have like those meal ideas with the carbs, the proteins, and the veggies, then I'll break it down into the ingredients that I need. I have, like, our first grocery shop was obviously a little bit more because we needed a lot of sauces and stuff like that. But now I have a full fridge of sauces. So it's really just, okay, what 3 fresh proteins do I need? What different proteins I want for the freezer? any fresh vegetables as well, because I'll have a few fresh vegetables to eat the first week or two. And then I also have frozen veggies that'll last longer. For the carbs, I generally stick to like bread, rice, or pasta. So for the bread, we'll be using that throughout like the first week and sometimes put it in the freezer if we need to. For the rice, I get like a huge big bag that will last a long time. And for the pasta, usually from like a Sam's Club or something that'll last a long time as well. So I generally have 3 different grocery stores that I go to on my big grocery trips. The first one is Sam's Club. That's where I get all the big...
That's like a Costco.
Yeah, it's a Costco. Where I get all the big things that I need to, like the proteins. That's where I get my rice as well. Sometimes I'll get the fresh veggies there. They also have some good frozen veggies. So all the things in bulk that I want that I either know I'll eat within that time when it won't go bad, or I can easily put it in the freezer and it'll last me a long time for multiple grocery runs. And then I'll have my Trader Joe's run where I get to pick like little cool frozen meals that are a little bit more fun. And then is my Albertsons run where I grab some last minute things that I wouldn't see at Trader Joe's. But for the list that I create, I make it in the order that it is in the store. So,
which I do as well. I thought that was funny that you do that.
Yeah. So I like for my Trader Joe's, it's the
produce.
It's the produce and like the spreads.
Yeah.
So I'll put that first, and then I kind of loop it around in the direction I usually go. I prefer to go.
It's literally scary because it's exactly what I do.
Yeah. So, because I make
it far right, and then I don't go down that first aisle.
I wait till the end for the freezer section, so that'll be like the last thing on my list. So that's how I do it for all my grocery trips, and it is the way I've been doing it. It's been pretty budget friendly. Like,
how much did you spend on that month? How much you spend?
Well, I will say I have the big grocery run, and then I'll maybe run, because I have an Albertsons really close to me, so it's walking. And I'll probably do that maybe a few times a month to grab any last minute things. So all combined, between like 4 to 6 weeks, it'll probably be about $500 for 2 of us.
And that is eating at home most of the time?
Yeah.
How often would you say you eat out?
Maybe like once, maybe twice a week.
So that's a lot of meals for 2 people that like to eat.
Yeah.
And okay, so here's my question. That's a great method. I love it. But how do you get inspired for the meals that you make? So first you're going to decide on what meals you think you want to make. That's the first step that you explained. Where do you get your inspiration for that?
Well, usually I'll look on TikTok or even if I'm eating out and I see something that I'm like, oh, I can make this macro friendly.
Yeah, that's a really good tip actually, you guys, is even if you don't want to go out and do that, go online to your favorite restaurants. Like, oh, you know what? I love that bowl that they make at, I don't know, Sweet Greens. Go online and look at the ingredients and recreate it.
Yeah.
And get excited. I like to say, I call it creating a crave, because when you do that, you create a crave for it. And so then you look forward to making it.
Yeah.
So you get inspired from social media, obviously, because I always used to ask you like, hey, what do I need from Trader Joe's? What do I need? Because you'd say, oh, there's this new viral thing that's this, that, or the other. And that's actually how I discovered Bear Bells.
Oh, really?
You said, oh my God, Mom, there's this new viral.
I don't remember this.
There's this new viral protein bar. It's called Bear Bells. It's cookies and cream. It was cookies and cream. It was sold out for a long time at Trader Joe's because of it went viral. And they were out of cookies and cream. And so I tried chocolate dough and fell in love with the chocolate dough Bear Bells. And I've been eating them for years now, ever since. But it's those kind of things. So creating the crave and getting excited. So you have to do a little bit of, get excited. You know, a lot of times I'll be out. One of the times I visited you in San Diego, Mike and I went to a place and I had this delicious bowl. It was so good that I opened the menu and I snapped a picture of the menu and I'm like, cool, I'm going to recreate it. And then you can recreate it in a macro-friendly way. Save calories where you can, but it's still going to be good. It's still going to be flavors that if you rely on your own knowledge and your own brain, you're going to put the same stuff together all the time.
Yeah.
Because we're creatures of habit. But that will kind of force you out of your comfort zone and you'll try different things and then you'll get excited about it.
But then it's like, people are like, well, how do you make it macro friendly? The main thing is you have to look at, okay, how can I add more protein to this? Can I put in Greek yogurt? Will that fit? Can I put in cottage cheese? Can I put in egg whites? And, finding little adjustments to make it a little bit more macro friendly. Mm-hmm. But then it comes to like the sauces and the seasonings and things like that, which nowadays there is a variety of different kinds of sauces that you can use. Walmart has a lot of good sugar-free, zero-calorie ones that are pretty good. G. Hughes is a good brand. Yeah. So you just have to do a little research and be a little creative, but you can make it work.
I'm going to give you guys a really good hack right now too. I'm not a fan, by the way, of always looking for the most low-calorie thing and using that. It has to be delicious. And I like the real thing, my favorite thing, whatever it is. But a lot of times that's calorie dense. You can always think of ways to bump up the volume of like your favorite sauce.
Like you add milk or water.
Yes, like either that or lemon juice to a dressing to bulk up the volume. A little more vinegar to your favorite dressing with a little lemon juice. Now you've got 4 tablespoons of dressing instead of 2 for the calories of 2, basically. You can, if it's something creamy, can you add blended cottage cheese to it? Can you add yogurt to it? It'll bump up the volume. Anything like that you can, think about this. Even your favorite ranch dressing. It's your absolute favorite ranch dressing. Put a little Greek yogurt into it.
They also have powdered ranch dressing too.
Yeah. And it's actually really good if you do that. But put a little Greek yogurt or get a low-cal one and your regular one. Mm-hmm. Pour a little bit of the low-cal or the fat-free or the Walden Farms or whatever into your regular one just for volume.
Yeah.
But not more than the regular one so it doesn't overpower it. And then you've just doubled the volume.
Yeah.
For half the calories.
I don't really like Walden Farms personally.
I hate Walden Farms. I despise, it's disgusting.
I think G. Hughes is a really good one.
And it's carried at Walmart, by the way. But that's why I'm saying, like, do not always search for the lowest calorie of things because then you're not going to like it. It's not going to scratch the itch.
Yeah.
Okay. Powdered peanut butter does not scratch the itch for me. I'm sorry. Powdered almond butter is even worse. But can you use it to bulk things up? Sometimes I've done that. Like, you need more than 2 tablespoons of peanut butter to make a peanut butter sandwich. You just do. But if you put 4 tablespoons of peanut butter in your sandwich, you've now got like a 600 calorie PB&J. Okay. Not going to work. But you can, put a little bit of water with powdered peanut butter and add that to 2 tablespoons worth of peanut butter. It's going to give you more volume. So you got to think outside the box sometimes, create that volume, and so that you really enjoy the food and get excited about it. That's what makes this easy. That's what makes it easy to stay on track and stay consistent and stay good with your goals. If you don't love what you're eating, that's a number 1 rule. Eat what you love. If you don't love it, you're never going to stick to it.
Yeah.
I don't care how many coaches you hire, what program you're doing, you are not going to love it. You're not going to stick to it. So I have a few questions that we're going to answer to help people out. The first one says, I get bored eating the same thing every day. Any tips for keeping that exciting?
Like we had talked about, it's all about the seasonings and the sauces that you use. So when I prep I prep proteins and like rice for the week. So I'll make like plain white rice. And then for the protein, it'll be like if anything, like salt, pepper, basic garlic powder, basic seasonings. But then when I go to make the meal, then I'll season it how I am, like, if preparing it. Like if I'm having a Mexican style, Asian style, I'll use seasonings and sauces for that. So main ones I have in my fridge are the Japanese barbecue sauce, soy sauce, sriracha, any hot sauces. What else? Oh, I have the soyaki. I love Asian stuff.
Clearly. I like ranch dressing. I like hot honey, hummus, tzatziki.
Yeah.
And like a salsa. So, you know, you can, like you said, you can, if you get bored, if you tend to get bored, you don't have to eat the same thing every day. Make it different. Make the protein ahead of time, make rice ahead of time or whatever. And then one day it's a burrito bowl. One day it's a wrap it in a tortilla. Another day, you know, it's something else, a salad. You can make the same base things into a different meal every day.
Yeah.
I like that as well. And because I like to think about, like, I like to pre-prep my protein in a neutral style so that it can be utilized for whatever I feel like having at the time. Another good hack I would like to say is something we just had yesterday. Like you said, where I like to get the random frozen pasta from Trader Joe's, that if you are following macros, that would not be something you would gravitate towards because it doesn't have any protein in it. It's like, you know, half the serving is 300 calories with like very little protein. You're like, oh no, I can't have that. It doesn't fit my macros. You know how easy it is to turn a 300 calorie meal with only 8 grams of protein into a 450 calorie meal with 40 grams of protein? All you got to do is add shredded chicken, add shrimp. So easy. So now you turned something that's not macro friendly into something that's macro friendly. It was garlic noodles.
Garlicky pasta, I think it's...
Right? It was good, right?
Yeah, it was really good.
We just added chicken. That was it. It was so easy. And the chicken was from a rotisserie chicken.
You can add some kale.
Oh, and then you really want to bulk it up. Yeah, that's another bulking hack is kale, spinach, any kind of greens. You throw a bunch of that in there and boom. I mean, I could have even added Greek yogurt to that to make it creamy, or I could have added cottage cheese and kale to that. So I could have dumped that whole thing in, added kale, added cottage cheese, and a bunch of shrimp, and the macros would have been insane as well as the volume.
Yeah, and cottage cheese is not, in my opinion, it is not good on its own. I do not like cottage cheese, but when it's mixed into creamy things like pasta sauce, you don't taste it. It just makes it creamier.
Yeah, it hides. So that's another good one. So next question is, can you share some shortcuts for prepping meals faster, like tools or hacks that you use?
It's kind of like what we just talked about. Like I don't like to prepare like individual meals because one, I'm going to get tired of it. Two, it's going to take the entire day, which I do not have time to be just making meals the entire day. I have other responsibilities.
Nobody does, right? That's the problem.
So it's just prepare you can prepare, you know, a thing of veggies that you keep in the fridge or the freezer. You can prepare your proteins, your potatoes, rice, even pasta, and just keep it plain until you're ready to make it. That's what I prefer.
Yeah. So you can do your veggies like all in a big sheet pan too.
Yeah.
You can use a crock pot or an instant pot to make a bunch of protein, or your air fryer. I like to get those pre-marinated chicken breasts at Trader Joe's. They come in a long package. Like they have the pollo asado, they have the like Italian one, and I put them on parchment paper, put them in the air fryer for 20 minutes, chop them up really nice, put them in a container, and that can be a different meal every single day.
Yeah.
Totally different style.
I also like getting a rotisserie chicken from like the big one from Costco or Sam's Club, because that will last in this house probably like a few days, but
budget friendly though.
Yeah.
Very, very budget friendly to do that, and you don't even have to make it. So it's budget friendly and time friendly, which we need all of that. We need to save time and money. That's what we're trying to do here. So another question, I start meal prepping, but I can't seem to stay consistent. Any advice on building the habit?
As far as like planning it ahead of time?
I think, well, let me just butt in right here and answer this question. Throw out what you think meal prepping is, because I think that people assume it is some, fitness person in the kitchen with 20 million Tupperwares out, and they're just like dumping their chicken and rice.
Yeah.
And they're, like you said, they're spending all day in the kitchen making these boring ass meals.
Yeah.
Meal prepping doesn't really mean that. If you want it to last, you want to stay consistent, that's my tip for you.
Yeah.
Don't do a traditional meal prep. Do a meal plan and idea dump. Like, write out some ideas in your notes on your phone for that protein that you made in bulk that took you 2 minutes because you threw it in the air fryer and that's all you had to do. Now, brainstorm.
Yeah. And because I've tried that before, like putting in the separate, containers.
Awful.
It's terrible. It takes too long and I get impatient, and I don't even like the meals by the end of it. And I don't like reheated food like that either. I have like meat aversion.
I'm the same, and I've never gotten into that. In fact, whenever I do try to do that, I never end up eating the meals, except lately I've done that with your pasta, the pasta things you've been putting in the app, and I'm excited to eat them every day.
Yeah.
I feel like pasta dishes make really good leftovers.
Yeah.
But think about it like leftovers, not meal prep.
Yeah. So like what helped me when like I was not working remotely was when I was making dinner the night before, I would just make another serving to have for lunch the next day. Mm-hmm. And let's say I didn't do that. I would have like a frozen meal ready from Trader Joe's. Like my go-to was the green chili chicken and rice bowl.
I just bought that for you.
Yeah. It's so easy, good macros on it. And there's a lot of different kinds that they have at Trader Joe's too, different bowls that you can just heat up in the microwave that tastes really good. Also, always have a really easy meal on hand. Like for us, it is the Just Bare or whatever,
the chicken bites, the breaded chicken.
Yeah, breaded chicken bites and the fast food fries.
Yep.
From Orville. What is it?
Orville Redefining? No, that's popcorn. That's my other obsession. Ore-Ida. Yeah, I agree. I always tell my clients, you always have a frozen convenience meals for when you have nothing else, and it better be something you love.
Yeah.
You love, because if you have nothing else and you didn't plan anything else and you have decision fatigue, if you don't love what's in the freezer, you're not going to go for it. Mm-hmm. So to me, I only will have that when I'm in a pinch, when I didn't plan and prepare, so that I don't burn out from it, so that I get excited when it's like, ooh, I didn't plan anything. Ooh, I'm going to have chicken and fries.
Yeah.
And then if I'm, sometimes I'll make my macro-friendly Chick-fil-A sauce or, to go with it. But always have your go-to convenient meals. I also do, you guys know, we're big supporters of MegaFit meals. I always have my favorite go-tos from MegaFit meals too, that I treat as a treat because I don't want to get tired of them. So like the MegaFit meals margarita pizza, you and I fight over that one, is so good. And it is single-handedly responsible for me not having pizza in such a long time. It's been almost like 8 or 9 months since I've had pizza because I'm satisfied with my MegaFit meals pizza. But I love having my favorite MegaFit meals as well as kind of like my go-to. Lately, it's been the shredded bison, and I make it into kind of like a quesadilla taco. I put tons of melted mozzarella and the shredded bison, and it's so good. But again, it's a convenient meal because it's in the freezer. And I've been needing that a lot lately because I've been so busy that having those things there when on the weeks I can't meal prep, I just don't have time, or it just makes all the difference with being able to stay consistent. It really does. Last question. Do you have some ideas for quick and fun meals that don't require a lot of ingredients? I mean, I think you just answered that.
Yeah. I feel like I sound like a broken record at this point because I feel like I've mentioned this in every podcast, but it's my stir fry. My Japanese, I use the Japanese barbecue sauce. So it's like a stir fry with egg whites, rice. I throw in some kale or any veggies that I have, and you just fry it up and 7 minutes later, it's done. It's so fast, easy, and I love it.
This is the famous meal that Mike has probably asked you 52 million times.
Yeah.
Like, hey, what is that? You got to show me how to make that.
Yep. And well, other ones. This is one I have been craving, but I haven't had in a while. Is a wrap with the lavash bread. So you get the lavash, you put on garlic spread, like a hummus spread as well.
The tofatteri, whatever.
Yeah, I haven't seen that at Trader Joe's recently.
Me neither.
I know, I'm sad. But like a hummus spread, and then you put in turkey. I don't even heat it up. I just eat it cold.
Mm-hmm.
I put in ground turkey, a huge handful of kale, and I wrap it up. I put in hot sauce and I eat it. And it's huge. The whole lavash.
It's huge.
Bread.
It's this big. It's ginormous. I love that. I was on a kick for a long time. The Mediterranean wrap. I love the Mediterranean bowl. But my favorite, like, go-to quick and easy is I get the Hero tortilla. I do whatever sauce I'm feeling, whether it's whatever I have, kind of like the tzatziki, or I'll do ranch, or I will do hummus. Just depends on what I have. It's kind of like a use what you have wrap. I put whatever green I have, so it's either going to be arugula or kale, and then I put whatever protein I have. And if I do not have a protein prepped and ready to go, what do? Reach into the freezer. I grab my Just Bare chicken, and I put that in there, and I usually will drizzle like hot honey on top, and I'll put whatever cheese I have, whether it's halloumi, my garlic bread cheese, which I love, by the way. Have you had that?
No.
Oh my God, it's to die for. The garlic bread cheese, or whatever cheese I have, and then I roll it up, and I have my wrap. Lots of greens, makes it nice and big. You get plenty of protein from the cheese, from the chicken, from the tortilla. You got your fiber from the greens and the tortilla. It's well balanced, easy, and delicious. Which that's our motto for sure.
Absolutely.
Now I'm hungry.
Me too.
All right, you guys. Hopefully you got some tips. Thank you so much for tuning in. And make sure you tune into the next episode. Mike and I are going to talk about how to avoid burnout in 2025. So I hope to see you guys then, and I'll see you on the next one.